Hey everyone, the Life Flip here. So last time I sat here, well, not exactly here, but you know what I mean. I told you about the day I finally said enough is enough. After 3 years of nothing working, I told you about Zepbound, about my doctor, about losing over 60 pounds in 8 months. A lot has changed since then. Good things, but also something I didn't expect, something nobody really talks about. I'm 13 pounds away from my goal, and I'm actually scared to get there. Stick with me because today I want to talk about the part of this journey that isn't on the highlight reel. What happens when you're staring down the finish line of a GLP-1 journey, and the finish line isn't as simple as you thought it'd be. For anyone just joining me, quick catch up. I'm over 50, post-menopause, and for years nothing worked. Diets, supplements, walking myself into the ground. Menopause just made it worse. Then I asked 2 coworkers what they were doing differently because I noticed the 2 of them losing a lot of weight, and that's how I found out about Zepbound. I went to my doctor, got approved, but not without being approved through my sleep apnea, because being literally 80 pounds overweight isn't enough for the insurance companies. So I was approved. I started slow, 2.5, then went to 5, then 7.5, then 10 milligrams. Everything seemed to be going well, but then wham. Insurance yanked coverage on me for a while. That was its own nightmare, remember? But I got it back after I found out my job added a wellness program. Coach, dietitian, doctor, blood work, the whole thing. Had to sign up or no more prescription coverage. If you want the full story, the first video is linked up top. But today is about what's happened since then. So here's where I'm at. I'm down to 143 pounds. And if you don't know, my starting weight was 218, I believe. I'm still on that 10 milligram dose, same as when I posted that first video back in April. And honestly, I'm going back and forth on whether I even go up one more dose or just stay right here at 10 for the rest of this. Haven't decided yet. My doctor and I are talking it through. 13 more pounds, that's it. That's the number between me and where I said I wanted to land. 13 pounds should feel exciting. And some days it does, but if I'm being honest with you, the closer I get, the more one question keeps showing up in my head. What happens when I stop the injections? Here's the thing nobody sat me down and told me at the start of this. I've stopped the medication before, just for a few weeks here and there. You know, life happens, insurance happens, whatever the reason, and every single time I notice the same pattern. The longer I'm off of it, the more I eat. Not a little more, noticeably more. That quiet in my head, the one that finally showed up after 3 years of noise, it doesn't stay quiet forever once the medication stops. That's terrifying to say out loud, because it means the real test isn't losing the last 13 pounds. The real test is what I do after I stop chasing a number on the scale. So I've actually already sat down with my whole team about this. My doctor, my dietitian, and my wellness coach. Not because something's wrong, because I wanted answers before I need them, not after. I'm not going to pretend I closed out from the Zoom appointments with some perfect answer, because I didn't. Nobody handed me a magic strip for this part. But here's what came out of those conversations. My doctor, Dr. Meyer, and I sat down, and it wasn't just a keep doing what you're doing appointment. She's building out a whole plan for me. Blood work, thyroid panels, a food sensitivity test, the works, because she wants to know what's actually going on in my body, not just watch the scale. On the diet side, her big 3 were more protein, more fiber, more water, watch the carbs and the processed stuff. She wants me at 25 to 30 grams of fiber a day, which I had no idea how far off I was. from that number until she said it. And one thing that stuck with me, she told me to leave a 3-hour gap between dinner and bedtime. Small thing, but apparently it matters more than I realized. So then my dietitian. This is where eat better stopped being a vague idea and became an actual plan. Leah gave me a plate method. Half my plate vegetables, especially green vegetables. A quarter starches or grains. Little did I know corn is a grain. And a quarter protein, especially at lunch and dinner. She gave me real protein targets too, like, did you know 4 ounces of chicken breast is only about 26 grams of protein? I didn't. She walked me through both animal and plant-based options because she wants this to actually work for how I eat, not some textbook version of it. And fiber, she gave me a whole chart. Turns out things like raspberries, lentils, and even dark chocolate count. So this isn't eat less, it's eat smarter, on purpose, every single meal. And my wellness coach. This one hit differently because Rachel's not just coaching my weight. She's been in my corner through a really hard stretch. I was in the middle of a big life move, relocating to my friend's property, getting my dog Journey back with me, and on top of that, I was having these fainting spells, syncope episodes that turned out to be tied to panic or even my heart. Rachel's the one who taught me to use short walking breaks, just 5 minutes outside to reset when I feel that panic building. She had me pairing fruit with protein in the morning so my blood sugar wasn't spiking and making everything feel worse. And she's the one who keeps reminding me, 1 box at a time, 1 breath at a time. I'm telling you this part because I don't think people realize how much this journey is not just about the injection. It's about everything else that's happening in your life while you're trying to hold it together. The one thing all 3 of them agreed on in their own way, the medication was never supposed to be the whole plan. It bought me quiet. It's on me to use that quiet to build habits that'll still be standing when the noise tries to come back. That's why I'm starting now. Not after I hit goal, not after I come off it. Now. Real food, better choices, paying attention to why I'm eating something, not just that I'm eating it. I don't have a neat bow to put on this section. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I've got it all figured out because that would be a lie. And this channel has never been about lying to you. What I know is this. I've watched what happens when I stop. I'm not interested in pretending that away. So instead of waiting to be surprised by it again, I'm building the plan before I get to 130, not after. If you're earlier in this journey than me, or you're thinking about starting a GLP-1, or you're already on one and quietly wondering the same thing I am, you're not alone in that fear. I see you because right now I am you. So here's where things stand. 143 pounds, 13 to go, still deciding on that last dose bump. A team in my corner, and a plan I'm building in real time to eat better and hold on to this, not just for the next 13 pounds, but for the years after. I don't know exactly how this next chapter looks yet. I'm not going to pretend I do, but I'm going to keep bringing you the real version of it, the wins and the scary parts, same as I always have. If you've been through this, stopping the GLP-1, hitting maintenance, figuring out the after, I want to hear it. Drop it in the comments. I mean that. This community has gotten me through more of this than you probably realize. And if you want to reach out privately, my email's in the description. Same as always. Thanks for being here. Love y'all. Peace and happiness. I'll see you in the next one.